What do you do when the pantry is nearly bare, but your family's hungry? During the Great Depression, that wasn't a thought experiment, it was real life. Home cooks had to stretch every dollar and scrap, relying on pure creativity to put food on the table. Some of the recipes they came up with were brilliant. These weren't just meals, they were little victories of hope and comfort. Today, we're bringing back 3 more of these lesser-known dishes. And no, we're not doing Hoover stew or basic potato soup. These are forgotten gems that helped families survive, and they're surprisingly tasty. Our first dish didn't come from a kitchen, it came from a lab. In the 1930s, scientists at Cornell created Milkorno, a mix of dried milk and cornmeal designed to be nutritious, shelf-stable, and dirt cheap. It was meant to be versatile and filling. You just mix cornmeal with powdered milk and water, add a bit of salt, and cook it into a thick, creamy porridge. That's it. It tastes a lot like grits or a basic cornmeal mush. Warm, simple, and surprisingly satisfying. People used it as a base for everything. Fry it like polenta, top with tomato sauce, or even shape it into dumplings. Milkorno was more than a meal, it was a building block. When meat was a luxury, beans became the star. But plain beans get boring fast. Enter the bean patty. These were often called mock meat patties, a way to make something feel heartier with pantry basics. You take cooked beans, mash them with chopped onions, add breadcrumbs or stale bread, a little seasoning, and bind it with either an egg or flour and water. Form into patties and fry until golden. The result? Crispy outside, soft inside, and surprisingly meaty. Served with a bit of gravy or tomato sauce, this was pure Depression-era comfort food. Let's end with dessert. When sugar was scarce and butter was a dream, baked custard stepped in. All you needed were eggs, milk, sugar, and maybe a touch of vanilla if you had it. You mix it up, pour into ramekins or a baking dish, set it in a water bath, and bake until just set. The result is silky, sweet, and soothing. It felt luxurious, despite being made from the most basic staples. This was the kind of dessert that brought just a little comfort during tough times. A reminder that even in hardship, people still carved out small joys. So there they are, 3 forgotten Depression-era recipes that did more than fill stomachs. Milkorno, the nutritional workhorse. Bean patties, the meatless main. And baked custard, a sweet ending made from nearly nothing. These meals are history you can taste, lessons in resilience, thrift, and creativity. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, hit that like button and subscribe for more. And please share your family's Depression-era recipes or kitchen stories in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Before you go, I've got a little thank you for being here. Grab my Depression-era potato pancakes recipe card, totally free. It's a simple, filling recipe straight from the past, perfect for stretching ingredients without sacrificing flavor. Just check the link in the description to download it. And as always, thanks for watching.